Hey, 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 happy Tuesday, y'all. We are going to start by taking this big old bird. You guys, these are on clearance for $5 at Walmart. So hurry up. They were originally $11.98. So I am taking chiffon by Rust-Oleum. I poured it in this cup and I am trying out saltwash for the first time. Now there is an exact ratio that the container says to use, but of course I didn't do that. I just winged it and got the thickness that I wanted. Now saltwash is supposed to be a medium, almost like baking soda, but it's actually made for like paint, and it also keeps all of those the beautiful texture and the ridges, and that is what you're going for when using salt wash, is that texture. So as you can see, I'm picking up the paint with my brush. I kind of like wipe it off, and then I'm stippling the paint on to the birds so that I get all these nice little peaks and little baby mountains. I feel like Bob Ross trying to explain this right now. And it's going to stay this way. So when it dries, it doesn't dry down flat. It is going to dry down with all of this texture on here. I was really impressed with this. I cannot wait to use it more. And I have been watching, I've been saying it a lot, but Jamie Ray Vintage, and they were using this on a lot of stuff. And I really liked how it created a layered look to a piece, gave it more depth. So of course I bought a can. I didn't realize how big the can was, but I will put it to use, I promise you. So after it completely dried, I noticed there were some spots where I more so like swiped instead of like stippled. You know, you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So I just put some more on. I let it dry. Now I'm going to take, gosh, what is this color, y'all? Blush, I think, by Rust-Oleum. And I am going to brush that on over the bird. Sorry, that is Momo. And I am going to let this completely dry as well. Now, to be honest, this was my first time using it, so I didn't want to use like the nice DIY paints, and I had a lot of my Rust-Oleum paint, so that's why I decided to use these colors. But these are beautiful, and you could get these anywhere: Walmart, Home Depot, and other hardware places as well. Now, you want to completely let this dry before sanding it down. I'm going to take a rough sanding block and I am going to go over, and you can see how some of that pink is coming off and it's showing me the white underneath the texture, and it is gorgeous. I love the peaks and the ridges, and it almost makes it look like if we had done this like gray, this would have looked like a concrete bird 100%. But I really like how it turned out. It was an easy way of taking a $5 clearance item and personalizing it and making it my own. Look at that, you guys. Look at all of that texture that stays on there. I find when you use baking soda, it flattens out and you're not going to get this type of look out of it. So this will be available on my website. And I just wanted to remind you guys, I do have memberships. If you go down by the description box, there is a link. You could click that and it will give you a lot more information about how to join and what you get from joining. All right, you guys, I found this. This was in one of my hauls. And of course, I had extra milk paint, and you guys, I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to waste that beautiful milk paint. So I started swiping it. I didn't clear it with anything. And I was coating this not knowing what I was going to get out of it. If I was going to get crackle, if it was just going to be in like aged finish, but I knew I was keeping this for myself, and this color was stunning. So I'm going to brush it all over our bunny. I leave it to dry. And then right after I start getting some crackling, especially around the pot, I'm going to give you like a closer look right here. But I start getting just a little crackle, not like flaking off crackle, but like just a crackle in the paint. I got some chipping off on like the pot part, which I feel like, would be the part that wears more naturally, if that makes sense. But I was not done here. I'm going to take clear wax by DIY and I'm going to coat the entire piece with this. Now this is going to be my sealer, but I didn't want to stop there either. This is going to be like for my house. So I love the dingy look. Like I want this to look old and like it was outside in somebody's garden and they let me buy it. So I'm going to use this grit, and this is from Sweet Pickins, and I get it from Brie at upcycledbybrie.com. And I am going to put that over that clear wax in the places that dirt would naturally settle if it were outside. If you guys remember, I did this with that duck planter, but I used the dark and decrepit dust for that one. This one is a charcoal gray, and it looks really pretty. So I'm going to put this on all those spots. I'm going to let it kind of dry first before brushing it off. If you brush it off right now, it's just going to kind of smear it into the clear wax. So wait until your wax cures, then get a brush and then dust the remainder of the grit off of your item. And look at how gorgeous this is. I think this bunny was like $3.98 or something. I just recently hauled it and I knew it was going to be mine. The bunny itself is so stinking adorable, and look at the flakiness over the pot. You guys, there is nothing paint can't do. I promise you that. Hey, you guys, just popping in here. I hope you guys are enjoying all of these spring thrift flips. I have so many to go through. It's not even funny because now that I am reselling on the website, it's like I can't help but buy things for myself to DIY because I see so many possibilities in them. So I hope it's inspiring you to check out garage sales in your area, yard sales, the thrift stores. Facebook Marketplace is also a good one as well. And y'all know, if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, then make sure you like and make sure you comment. Commenting is an absolutely free way you can help my channel out. It helps YouTube know that you're digging the video and they're more likely to push it out to more people. I also wanted to remind you, I am doing Facebook Lives every Thursday evening on my Facebook, hashtag duh. And then I have my website going on right now. We do hauls on Thursday, and then I do another DIY video on Saturday. All my links are down in the description box for you, and hang out till the end because I have a little message for some of you. Okay. All right, let's get back into the video. Now we are going to create some very weathered wood. So I got this piece of wood. They come in a 5-pack from Hobby Lobby. I am taking that salt wash and I am just putting it in very random spots on the piece of wood. When you order the salt wash, it actually comes with a pamphlet of how to achieve different looks like weathered wood. So I cannot wait, you guys, when I have access to my wood and everything, to try this out on all different forms of wood. So as you can see, totally random. I'm stippling it on. I really want a lot of that texture on there. And then once it dries, I'm taking that milk paint. Again, this is milk paint from the previous DIYs. I did these all in the same day. I was like totally vibing all of this stuff, if you couldn't tell. And I am not trying to cover the entire piece of wood. I am just coating it. I want to see some of that wood through there, maybe some of that white in the chiffon color. And it is so pretty, you guys. So you could use any kind of color combo. You can mix the salt wash with any color. And now I'm taking my rough sander. I would have used like my orbital sander if I knew where it was, but the sanding block worked just fine. And you can start seeing when you sand, you're going to sand some of that paint off that was on top of your salt wash. And it is going to look like layers and layers of paint have chipped away over the years. That's the kind of weathered wood look it's going to give you. Now we are going to grab IOD stamps. You could use vinyl, you can use stencils, up to you. But I am taking these stamps and I am going to spell out before putting it on. I'm going to spell out what I want on here. So I'm going to use this font, and then I'm actually going to break out the cursive stamps as well, and I will show you how you layer these on top of each other. They're a little trickier to work with, and you do have to go one by one, but they are absolutely beautiful. I don't find myself using them often just because they are like on a larger scale. So I'm using my kitchen cutting mat from Dollar Tree to adhere my stamps to. I'm using black ink. I'm just going to turn that on around. Now I hold my stamps down with one hand. Then I had lifted it up and I was like, okay, it's not showing as much as I want. So that's when I get my finger and I'm pushing the ink and the stamp down so that it gets in all of the grooves of the wood. And now it looks really vibrant, but it still looks distressed. So now with the cursive, you got to go one by one. You're going to lay it down. Then you're going to take your second stamp, and where the tail comes out of your first letter, you're going to overlap it with your next letter. And the same thing, you're going to grab that U, and where the tail of the O is, you're going to overlap it with the U, and so forth. So it's really easy to do. You just have to do it one by one. That's the only difference, but it still looks gorgeous. And this is going to look very similar to the sign we did last week. It's just different techniques. So now I'm going to take that same paint and lay we did last week, and I'm going to use polyacrylic. So, because a lot of you are probably like, you already painted it, how are you going to use those? Well, when I was researching how to make the mercury glass for that one window we did, somebody actually used polyacrylic with the paint inlays to get the paint inlay look without having to use a paint color underneath it. So I was like, you know what? We're going to give it a try right now. So I grabbed water-based polyacrylic. I'm going to place it down. I put my paint inlay over it, and then I'm going to spritz it with water, and I'm going to dab it off. Now, if you don't have paint inlays, you can use napkins for decoupage. You can print your own images on tissue paper, which I have shown you before. Options are endless as to other things that you can use besides paint inlays. So I am just putting these randomly throughout my sign, and I am just cutting my images to fit where I want it to. And this is going to seriously act just like it would if we were putting this on top of an actual paint color. But now we're just getting the roses, like it's just a clear base. So after it completely dries, I'm going to spritz it with water once again, dab it off. I'm going to let it set for like 2 minutes. Then we're going to come back in and look at this, you guys. And all of that paint that's left on that paper, we could use that paper again. But oh my gosh, exactly what I was going for. Now I'm just going to take polyacrylic, since that's what we used to begin with. And I'm going to go ahead and just cover the entire front and the back with this. It's going to seal everything in. And you guys, the salt wash is going to be something I'm going to use really often on this channel, especially when I start having access to my wood again, because the amount of layering that it gives is stunning. And this will be available on my website for purchase, unicorndustdesigns.com. And you can see, you guys, how it looks like that paint inlay has like been through 50 years of like weather outside, and how it looks like all of the like this sign has been painted blue, it's been painted white, someone added flowers along the way. It's gorgeous. I love it. I hope you guys got inspired by this video. I hope it excites you to try some new things. Maybe some of you will actually get some salt wash, who knows. But I appreciate you all being here and spending your time with me. And now a word from your sponsor. All right, you guys. So I wanted to create a little message. And I know the people that hang out towards the end probably like don't really care about this message because you guys support me. You guys are obviously hanging out till the end. However, it was brought to my attention in one of my latest videos that I am crafting outside many people's means, I guess you can say, by using products that are more expensive. Now, I want to make very clear that My expectation when going into crafting has never been that I am in a craft and every single person that watches my video are going to be able to afford these supplies or have these supplies. My hope making crafting videos is that people watching get inspired to take what I'm doing and make it their own. Whether that be taking a napkin instead of a paint inlay for decoupage. If you don't make your own stencils, then you could use Dollar Tree stickers. You can buy reusable stencils at Hobby Lobby. There are so many other ways of thinking around just what I'm presenting to you. I know when I first began crafting, I did a lot of Dollar Tree things. And those Dollar Tree crafts I was excited about and I was passionate about. But as I have continued to grow as a crafter, I watch videos just like you guys on YouTube, and I get inspired by different things, and I want to try different things. I want to always evolve as a crafter and as someone showing you guys how to do things. You know, like I want to learn and I want to evolve. And right now in this moment, crafting with these products and creating what I am creating, it makes me happy and it makes me super passionate about what I'm doing. And I am going to bring you guys the best version of me and what I can do creatively. Then I have to love what I'm doing. And unfortunately right now, that's not Dollar Tree. Who's to say 6 months from now, I might see something that sparks my interest regarding Dollar Tree again, and I could start crafting Dollar Tree. I don't know, but right now, this is where I'm at in my crafting life. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me want to come to work and craft and show you guys what I am doing and learning. And if you guys are here for that ride, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of those that had my back and supported me in the comments. I appreciate it, but I just wanted to clarify that I'm not always going to use high-end products. And I've never, ever asked any of you to buy any of it. Never have I asked you guys to buy any of these products. I have just referred you to links if you want to check them out. I have no expectation of you guys purchasing any of these things. So I hope that you guys understand that I want to keep growing. I want to keep learning, and I am always going to try different things. That's who I am as a crafter. And I hope you guys stick around to see what else comes from this channel as the years go by. I appreciate all of you, even the ones with the different opinions. It's okay. It's okay. I hope you guys stick around and have a good week. Bye. All right, look, I did my hair and my makeup. See that bounce? Herbal essence. No joke. Okay. Do any of you have like that one like hair item or like makeup item that like you can't seem to get rid of or buy a new one? I have a straightener that I've literally had for over 10 years and it still does the job like so well that I'm like, why would I buy another one? My husband's always like, just buy yourself a nice one. And I'm like, this is the original, what is it, like chai, I want to say chai tea, chai something straightener, and it's still going strong. So like, why mess with a good thing? So do you guys have any? I feel like blow dryers are a good one for that. Okay, anyways. Oh, look at that. Just need a little bit of this. Just a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. Oh my gosh, that's like 20-something Sammy. 20-something Sammy is back. Look at that. And then it's like 36-year-old Sammy. Before kids, after kids. Okay.